I think I know the answer to this, but I just have to ask the question anyways. You ever feel like you're juggling 100 things, hoping that one of those things finally gets your business moving forward? I'll never forget talking to a client of mine. And at the time, he wasn't a client. He was trying to figure out if I was the right coach for him and me trying to figure out if he's the right client for me. We're actually on a free strategy session, a free call. And for the sake of this episode, I'm going to change his name. Let's just call him Marcus, right? Marcus had left his corporate job to build something that gave him freedom. But about a year and a half, 18 months in, he was tired. Revenue was up one month, it was down the next month, up and down. And he was managing a team, but still doing every single thing. And he told me on that strategy session, he said, I feel like I left my job just to build a new kind of trap. That's when I knew. I knew he was a good fit. So I introduced him to my Driven Owner program. And Driven Owner is my retainer coaching offer designed specifically for entrepreneurs like Marcus. It's not a one-off session. It's a guided journey using a proven framework, and the framework that's been proven through implementing it into my own business, but also the experience that I have with my clients, walking them through their businesses, again, through my own business, through the business education that I've received. This framework is a framework that supports both you as the owner and the business that you're building. So if you're growing something real, but you feel like it's costing you your peace, your time, and clarity, stay right here because this episode is for you. This episode is also for you if you're constantly working in your business, but never feel ahead. Or maybe you've got a team and you have some clients, or maybe you have a team and clients and you're still the bottleneck. Or maybe you're tired of waiting for clarity and you're ready to just build it yourself. By the end of this episode, you'll know, or you'll have a really good understanding of how the Driven Owner framework works. You'll know and understand what the journey looks like inside the coaching partnership with me inside of Driven Owner, and whether now's the time to step into it for yourself. So let's go ahead and get into what most entrepreneurs miss. Now, most entrepreneurs think that you need to just hustle harder, just keep going, just hustle harder, 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 harder. But what you really need is you need to lead better. Driven Owner was built to fix this. It walks you through two powerful layers. The driven layer, which is the internal transformation that turns you into a focused, empowered, and balanced leader. And then the owner layer, which is the external execution that gets your business structured, profitable, and sustainable. So let's go ahead and unpack both. First, let's dig into driven. And if you're here from the last episode where I did go through the Driven Owner pillars, but I did it pretty high level. Stay with me because in this episode, I promise you, I'm going to dig a little deeper, and I promise you, you're going to get more out of what each pillar brings to the table. But first, we're going to talk about Driven, the internal shift. These 6 pillars in Driven help you become the business owner that you need to be. The first pillar is discipline. Discipline isn't rigid. It's freedom through structure. We build routines, you and I, we build routines that align your time with your goals. Let's go back to Marcus. Marcus was a great example. He was losing 8 to 10 hours a week to reactive tasks. So what did we do? We implemented a weekly planning rhythm, and we implemented what we called a decision filter system that helped him focus on high value work. And within a month, he gained his Saturdays back, and he saw a 22% increase in qualified leads. R is resilience. Resilience is about recovering faster and leading stronger when setbacks come, because they will come. Another client, I'm going to change his name too. We're going to call him Anthony. Anthony had a major deal fall through. Now, what Anthony would normally do when this happened is he would spiral into self-doubt. But through our partnership in the Driven Owner program, what we were able to do was we built a resilience protocol. And what that meant for Anthony, and this could be different for you, but what that meant for Anthony is he built in a 24-hour emotional processing time span. Then we followed that up with a strategic pivot checklist. And I'm going to tell you, that lost deal turned into Anthony's next breakthrough. I is inspiration. Inspiration isn't just about passion. It's about remembering why you started your business and who you're doing it for. And so you and I will work to identify what truly moves you. For some, it's family. For others, it's creating generational wealth. Maybe it's solving a specific problem in your industry. Maybe it's a combination of a couple of these. Maybe it's something I didn't even name. Maybe it's all of them. Whatever it is, we keep it in focus so that that fire doesn't burn out when things get hard. V is vision. You can't scale what you haven't envisioned. So together, we'll map out your 3-month, 6-month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year business trajectory. If you want to go 5 years and 10 years, we can do that too. I do that for myself. That includes your role, your offers, your client experience, and even how you want life to feel. Vision gives you something concrete to lean towards, not just react from. E is empowerment. This one hits deep. So many founders wait for permission from family, from maybe an unsupportive spouse, maybe it's a peer, maybe it's a mentor, maybe it's someone. A lot of times I'm talking to entrepreneurs and they're waiting for permission from, they don't even know who it's from. It's just, they just need permission. What we do here in Driven Owner, this is where you stop waiting and you start owning. Empowerment means trusting your voice, leading with conviction, and making the hard calls without guilt. Now, I do want to let you know that this includes skill building. We will find your skills and we'll build your skills so that you're not just brave. You're not just bucking against the people in your life that you don't have the approval from. It's not that, but it's so that you're prepared. N is nurturing growth. Your business won't grow if you're breaking down. So what do you and I do? We create concrete systems for self-care, personal development, and measuring growth in ways that matter, like mental bandwidth, sleep quality, joy, gratitude, because you can't separate the health of your business from the health of the person leading it. Now let's go ahead and get into the owner framework. Now, the owner is the business execution part, and this is where the internal work turns into external results. O in owner is operational excellence. If you're doing it more than once, it should be a system. And I'm going to talk about another client here, and I'm going to change his name for the sake of this episode. I don't want you to think that you start working with me and your name pops up in an episode. I will change your name. For this, I'm changing this client's name to James. James was still manually onboarding clients. We documented the process, and what happened is he was able to automate 80% of it. And what that did for him is that freed up 5 hours a week. That's operational excellence. It's about building infrastructure that runs without you. W in owner is winning strategy. This is your business playbook. This is your marketing, your messaging, your offers, your sales system. I helped another client. I'm going to change his name. I'm going to call him Chris. I helped him reposition his offer for higher value clients. And what happens is he installed a lead generation system that gave him 10 new consults in 30 days. Winning strategy means making growth predictable. N is network expansion. You can only get so far alone. So inside a Driven Owner, you are guided to build strategic partnerships, to re-engage with dormant leads, and to cultivate community. I help you find the right community for you, strategic community. One client, he hosted a live roundtable because we were trying to just brainstorm it and came up with a live roundtable. And this led to 3 new partnerships and $12,000 in new contracts, all from one event. One event, it's $12,000 contracts for him. E is exceptional customer service. This is about creating wow moments from onboarding your clients to delivery of your product or your services. Another client, and I'm just going to call him Terrell for the sake of this episode, he was losing renewals. And so what we did is we were able to redesign his client journey, added surprise deliverables, and created a client wins review call. His retention jumped by 30% in 60 days. Happy clients stay, delighted clients bring their friends. The R in owner is revenue growth. We get to the numbers because business needs to make money, right? We explore pricing, bundling, value stacking, and recurring revenue models that fit your audience and capacity. In Driven Owner, we don't just chase revenue, we build it and we make it so that you can sustain it. So Marcus, remember him? I talked about him at the beginning of this episode. After 4 months working with me in Driven Owner, he had hired a VA. He restructured his week to spend 70% of his time on growth. He installed a lead funnel that delivered 5 to 7 qualified leads per week. And he finally launched a group program that he'd been sitting on for 18 months. But more importantly, he told me this. He said, I feel like I'm finally building the business I was meant to build all along. That brought me a lot of joy. Here's why. Because he went from feeling like he built himself another trap to us partnering, working together. And now he says, I feel like I'm finally building the business I meant to build all along. And I love that he said, he got to do it. You're the hero here. I'm just a guide. I'm just walking with you, but it's your vision. It's your strategic plan. I just help you get clarity and bring it out. And I bring accountability and I support you through the process. That's the power of this journey. So is now your time? I want you to ask yourself, are you ready to stop trying to do this alone? Are you ready to stop feeling behind every Sunday night or Monday morning? Are you ready to become the kind of leader your business really needs? Then driven owner might be the next step. Here's what you can do. You can go to brianrobinsoncoaching.com and book a free strategy session with me. And we'll look at your business, your role, your goals, and see if this retainer coaching journey is what you need right now. You didn't build this business to be stressed. You didn't build it to be stuck. You didn't build it to feel alone. You built it to create freedom, freedom of time, freedom of impact, freedom of purpose. That's what driven owner gives you. So you already have the drive. Now let's build a roadmap. Until next time, stay clear, stay focused, stay driven.